Hello and welcome to this beautiful Monday evening of BTB Live, folks. How you doing out there? I know you guys missed us. I missed you too. But we haven't stopped our Monday show. So guess what? We're here today. Life hit, work hit, whole lot of stuff going on. But we're gonna give you that sweet content you desperately deserve. Now, folks, like the stream, tell a friend, tell a wrestler, tell whoever, tell your mama. I don't care. Have them come on the stream, comment, like and share the page. Find us on Twitch. You can find us on YouTube. Find us right here on Facebook Live. Hey, we're here. We're out here. Let's go get it. Guys, I'm joined by two great people, two great co-hosts of mine. Chris and Carlos, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, dude. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just working hard.
What up, Mark?
What's up, Chris?
Mark Gray, what's going on, brother?
What's up, brother?
Oh, yeah.
James Pearson with the early check-in. What's up, James?
What up, James?
James.
Been a while. It's been like a month, right?
Yeah.
Down under.
My brother from down under checking in. Look, I have to say, I missed you guys, man. There's been so much I want to talk about. We've been doing Andrew's show. We've been doing Andrew's show live Thursdays. You know, it's been a bit of a mess sometimes because we're all over the place. You know, but we're here. We're here to talk about some really strong conversations, man. A lot of opinions, a lot of things swirling, but let's jump right into it. Let's talk about it. We missed Double or Nothing. We missed the pre-show to Double or Nothing. And we're here to talk about the aftermath. We got a new AEW World Heavyweight Champ, folks.
Well, we had.
Well, correct.
So there's already a rumor.
We had a new AEW World Heavyweight Champ. Now, we all know.
Can I ask a question quick?
Go ahead.
He wrestled on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming he got hurt during that match?
I'm assuming so as well.
He got hurt.
Rampage is right after.
Yes.
He got hurt during the bullshit match.
I was assuming
he didn't get hurt during the title match.
I was assuming the same thing, Chris. I was thinking to myself, when did he break his foot? Like, I don't understand. Well, CM Punk had the main event with Hangman Adam Page, and the match, you could kind of see something wasn't right, and things were kind of botchy, and spots were kind of missed, but it was on both ends. The chemistry was not there. I did not like this matchup. I thought the way I thought I was gonna like it. But I am not upset with the outcome, and I understand the outcome from a business standpoint, but I got mixed feelings about it. I would like to hear your guys' take on CM Punk going over on Hangman Adam Page at Double or Nothing and capturing an AEW World Heavyweight Championship to later relinquish it.
Well, not really.
Or not really. To later say I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here.
We have a Cody Rhodes situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Mark.
My thing was, you went over on Hangman, you got the title, and you reluctantly gave up the title for an injury not even a week later. Come on, Phil. What are we doing, bro? Like, at this point, I'm just like, are you still even capable of wrestling without getting hurt? He's not young anymore. I mean, he's kind of proved. And Chris might fight me on this, but he's kind of proved a little bit that he still has it. Very seldom, like I'm talking like very seldom, like Rio 90 pounds seldom.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. By the way, we missed you too, James. We missed you too, buddy.
Well,
So,
Rio, 90 pounds.
I'm a little upset about it, man.
I look at it this way.
Hangman was kind of really just trying to prove himself as champ.
Yeah, but we all admitted they botched that whole run.
Yeah.
Some of it's got to be on Hangman. Some of it's got to be on the back. They just didn't package that run the right way.
Mm-hmm.
They threw him in a bunch of Texas death matches, which were great. But Hangman himself, you know, I've called out other wrestlers for it. He's got to pull something else out of him, especially when you're the main feature of the show. And we can get into that later because we're going to have to about being the main feature of the show. As far as CM Punk goes, he broke his foot. So it shit happens when you're in physical sports, so to say. So that happens. That wasn't planned. We saw that happen with Finn Balor when he dislocated his shoulder against Seth Rollins and had to relinquish the title the very next night. My issue is they're going to crown an interim champion, which I'm not in. That's going to take away from your total title to begin with. They did it with the TNT title. I don't think it did the TNT title any good. And now they're going to do it again, which, don't get me wrong, if you're against CM Punk winning, well, this is why we always say let things play out, because lo and behold, now he's not going to be your champion for the time being. They're going to crown a new one. And then whatever they do after that.
I wanted to add this point to piggyback off what you guys say. James goes, this ain't the UFC or boxing. Yeah, I agree with you, James. Interim champions in pro wrestling number one, it sounds weird. I credit Tony Khan for trying. I gotta give him credit for trying something different. You know, it's not heard of to do that. But hey, you're a new company, you want to try something different? No problem, man. Go out there and try. But the interim champion thing, it's just we see how that worked, but it didn't flow right.
No.
It don't feel right. So now we got two belts, and it's just weird.
And yeah,
I
get the fact that he wanted CM Punk to be the champion.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'll go back 30 years ago when they wanted Sting to be the champion. Then he blew out his patella.
Mm-hmm.
So that had to be put on hold.
Yep.
So now Sting didn't have the belt when he blew out his patella, but he put it on hold. So if he got hurt, legitimately he's hurt, then pull the title from him.
Yeah.
And then come up with a story when he gets back.
Absolutely.
You know, and it might sit well, you know, what they say, you know, if he's off TV, leave something to be desired and do it that way. But to go out there and now crown a new champ, but he's not really the champ, he's the interim, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So I don't know which way they're going with it. I had no problem with him taking the title. I could have thrown in a bunch of other dudes to take the title off of Hangman, but that wasn't in the cards. You know, Brian Danielson, the name one. But it is what it is. Now, the way I look at it and the way I saw it on Friday, okay, all those angry people, you're going to get a new champion. How it plays out later on, you know, we don't know. But it is what it is. As far as him being too old, I don't think he's too old. I just think that was, if you're talking about a back injury or what's going on with Jeff Hardy, that's more of wear and tear. You're too old. A broken foot. I mean, we could step wrong tomorrow. You guys are much younger than me. You can step wrong tomorrow, break your foot. So I'm not going to hang that on him. It's just, you know, let's see what happens. I'm not confident that the interim champion thing is going to work.
Oh, God. Screw AEW.
Here he goes.
And the ranking system is trash. You know, Mike Steinberg never.
He's back.
Missed opportunity, baby. Love you, Mike. Oh, he never misses opportunity to get this.
He's back.
Just crap on him. Bang. Got him. You know, I didn't like this matchup for the simple fact that I knew the outcome. And it's not a Hangman Page thing. I kind of felt that Hangman's character, not just him as a champion, but the character was going stale. It was usually when your character is pretty good and you put a strap on, you get elevated a little bit. For him, he deflated a lot of it. You know, his character, not only did the championship deflate, his character deflated.
He needs somebody with him.
He needs sex appeal. Chris, we said it before. He needs a lady.
Call Francine.
He needs sex appeal, man. The man is missing that oomph.
Call Jenny Neidhart.
You gotta call somebody. Listen, this guy. There's plenty of beautiful women.
Whether it's a beautiful woman or
Or
Keep
a
him
badass
associated with the
woman.
Dark Order.
Or how about a badass woman?
Something, but he is better when he's got something with him. And
I would be
it
mad.
just proved to be stale and boring, his run. His whole persona, and I loved Hangman Page, and I still love him in the ring, but
My favorite wrestler.
he needs something else. He's missing some chutzpah.
Yeah, he's missing that extra oomph. Sex appeal goes a long way.
Yeah.
When I saw CM
sexy
Punk,
cowboy.
yeah, he needs a cowgirl with him. Now, even Woody had Jesse. Jesus. So, look, at some point, we knew it was coming. CM Punk gonna have to do something. Come on, it's look. I know what Bischoff said. We've been through that already. I get it. I disagree with Bischoff when he's saying he's a financial bust. I don't
He
got
said CM Punk's a financial bust.
like one of the biggest financial busts in pro wrestling history.
Talking about this run or previous?
Just talking about this run, like he's not drawing as much as he thinks he is.
Yeah.
And of course, Tony fired back saying it's BS. And of course, and Bischoff said, "Listen, I don't have the eyes on their books, but from what I can tell by the ratings and what I see in the product, this is what I feel is going on." Now, that's his opinion. That doesn't mean it's fact. We don't see the books. I don't pay their bills, but that's what Bischoff felt. So Punk and him had a Twitter war, which was addressed at the press conference after Double or Nothing, and Tony basically just shitting on Bischoff. And Punk said people like that person I won't name could just die in the dark. I don't really give a damn about them. And Tony was like, I don't wish nobody to die. Like, I think that's a little much. But and Bischoff fired back. And just he invited Tony Khan on his podcast and said, Tony, if you got the balls and if you think you're a big man, come on the podcast and we can talk about it. Why not? You have an open door invitation. You want to debate me on it? You want to show the proof? You want to talk shit? Don't go to a press conference. Come right to me. The guy that runs my podcast is good friends with you. You have an open door policy to step on my show. So I got to respect Bischoff for doing that. But I know the man content is what he loves. So that would be a hell of an episode. But nonetheless, we knew what was going down with Punk. We knew that somewhere down the line for business, it's best for business is to make him champion. I just felt like it wasn't going to happen this soon. I was thinking more on the lines of a Daniel Bryan. I was thinking more on the lines of building I won't say homegrown built talent, but somebody on the up and coming, having a big push, big run, like a Wardlow, like a Jungle Boy, somewhere of that line of taking the title off of Hangman Adam Page, because I think they could have had a great match. Or somebody that he could have, a younger kid or somebody coming up, the storytelling would have been cool.
Someone from Long Island?
Somebody from Long Island, the
Cardona.
storytelling there would have been great. But that's a hell of a segue, Chris. That's a hell of a segue, so let's talk about it.
Well, wait, before we get to that, I just want to give a quick review, of the pay-per-view.
Okay, go ahead.
Way too long. I wasn't bored.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't bored. I was just getting tired.
Sleepy.
Me too.
Some of the matches, like the Wardlow match, the way that panned out, that could have been on Dynamite. That could have been the end of the Dynamite story with those two. Jade Cargill, all the Jade Cargill fans, I'm going to say it, she needs a lot more work. That match was, now we all know Anna Jay is clunky. Yeah. Anna Jay had no business getting the title match. Let me preface it by saying that. And I get the fact that match was on the card just so Athena could debut, Ember Moon. So that match could have went. It just could have been more condensed. I did enjoy Chaos in the Arena, Anarchy in the Arena, especially when they kept playing the music.
Yeah,
I thought that was fun. I thought that was great. I mean, it just had a feel because that music and that guitar and that song.
It felt like a bar fight.
It felt like a bar fight. It was like nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like waiting for the music to stop, and then they replayed it. And I'm like, all right.
Surprisingly, that was actually all Chris Jericho's idea.
To keep the music on?
Yeah, that was Chris Jericho's idea. He told them because he there was a match back in the day. I don't remember the match, but there was a match back in the day where they did that, where they kept the music going for like 3/4 of the match and then cut it off towards the end when it was about to end.
Makes sense.
I thought it was perfect for that.
And
You
Chris
know,
Jericho took the idea from that.
and why Chris Jericho runs around calling himself a wizard, that's another whole fucking story.
Listen, I don't got
That
time.
whole group,
I don't got time.
I'm sorry, but the 2.0 dudes are not believable. They still are not believable. Jake Hager, Garcia, Jericho, fine. But what are they dressed as? Pizza
They came
Man,
out looking like fucking 98 degrees.
Pizza Boys, combo of 98 Degrees and Mario.
And fucking Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
I thought the only thing they were missing was orange suspenders. They would have been a full Clockwork Orange crew.
You know, and here's my other question. Maybe I missed something. Where's Wheeler Yuta?
Yes.
Well,
yes,
yeah.
that's right, Brian. Brian said New Jack's matches. They did that.
New Jack kept the music on, yes.
Always kept the music on.
But where's Wheeler Yuta? I do not want to see Eddie Kingston. This is supposed to be the Blackpool Fighting Club, and now I got Eddie Kingston and his fat ass running around thinking he's part of it. I was just buying in, like, great. We got some, you got Bryan Danielson, you got John Moxley, you brought in Wheeler Yuta, the young guy.
And they went from the Blackpool Combat Club.
Listen, there's one thing about AEW. When there's something new, there is Eddie Kingston working around.
There's Eddie Kingston. Pulling the friendship card again. I'm friends.
They went from the fucking Blackpool Combat Club to the Blackpool Catering Club, bro.
Listen, Mitch, I love you, but Eddie Kingston.
That's a good one, Mark.
Mitch, I love you, but you and Eddie Kingston got a lot in common. Y'all pull cards left and right, boy.
Yeah.
Birthday card.
I don't get it.
Card. It's my happy day.
And I haven't read anything that Yuta is hurt. Have you?
I didn't want to skip over this comment that James Pearson said. He said, Think Punk in the press conference was a bit of a douchebag. Without WWE, he's still a high school wrestler for $20 a night.
I want to address that because that was a comment Punk made about his whole run in WWE being a waste, which I extremely disagree with you. Dude, you had one of the longest title runs in AEW in WWE history. You practically had a whole summer of you. You wrestled some of the legends in the business, and even though if you didn't want to wrestle them or not, you still did it, and you put on hell of a matches with them. So it's not like you had terrible matches with them. And and Chris, I know he still has to get it out of his system. I know this is the first time we're really seeing him in years. But can we stop with the dragging of woe is me in my WWE days, and we just dragging WWE every which way we can? All right, you're here now. Yep. Let's work with what you have now. Now, granted, he was answering a question. The question was posed to him. He answered it. But I disagree with his take on it was a complete waste. No, it wasn't. It made you who you are today. That's like if I could go back in time and change something about my life, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, because guess what? What happens if I change something and all of a sudden my whole life is completely different for the worst? It made you figure out, do you love pro wrestling or not? That, if anything you take from that company, it's that. You met your wife there. You there's so many takeaways that are positive more than a negative.
Listen, I agree, but these dudes, when you're asking people questions, it's like after a football game. How do you feel?
Yeah, I hate that question.
Give me a day to marinate what just happened, and then I can talk tomorrow. So sometimes you get microphone stuck in your face and
word vomit. And look, like I said, he's entitled to his feelings. We haven't heard from the man in years really talk about his feelings about that company. I get it. But don't let this continue on for the next 4 or 5 years of you just it gets old after a while, and I'm not taking their side.
Well, yeah, it's a good segue into what's old is what's new.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we got to wait for Mark to get back.
Oh, yeah.
Is Yuta hurt?
No, we believe Yuta's in Japan.
Okay.
He might be doing a program in Japan, which is cool.
So we're not doing the thing where Yuta was in the group 1 week and then we're forgetting about it and acting like he's not in anymore.
No,
we're not doing that? Okay. I hope not.
But one thing I will say is he's greatly missed. because when you really break down that match and you break down everything that happened involving the look,
Look what we got.
yeah, man, it was nonetheless one of my favorite matches of the night.
I do that. I enjoyed it. Listen, the music, it just fit. It was like chaos. It was anarchy in the arena.
It was literal chaos.
Created it.
It was 100%. And
I just wish he would stop running around calling himself a wizard.
That's so
it's weird. What is he doing?
But this is Jericho's MO, Chris. You take 10 steps forward with something great and then takes 15 steps.
Oh, I know.
Stupid. So
did he come up with that just to blow a fireball at someone's face? I mean,
I don't know. And
he keeps saying it. He doubles down on it.
I hate that he keeps using that as a threat. Like, I'm going to blow a fireball in your face.
Yeah, I'm a wizard.
Fuck. This isn't Harry Potter. This is fucking professional wrestling.
Danhausen too much. That's what they're hanging around Danhausen. Since Danhausen got there, now everybody knows
Danhausen.
They can cast spells all of a sudden. You see this?
Hookhausen.
But it works for Danhausen.
Cool shirt, by the way.
Very cool shirt.
So anyway, that was my take on the pay-per-view. It was just too long.
It's way too long.
I enjoyed it, but they could have cut it.
Yeah, I would have been good with 2 solid hours, maybe 3.
And the problem with renting it is I can't go back and watch it later.
Yeah.
So I'm forcing myself to watch it.
I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep on the Thunder Rosa match, which I was very upset about that I did because I just couldn't stay awake that long.
You didn't miss nothing.
And I also dozed off during the the Darby Allin match.
Me too.
And I heard that was a solid one.
That was really good.
And I was upset about that too. But it wasn't that it was boring. It wasn't a boring pit. It just was too long. Way too long.
He really showed his chops as a wrestler as opposed to a.
You getting there with one of the best in the business in Colorado.
As opposed to a stuntman.
Kyle will show you.
That was a good one.
Solid.
But anyway.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, right?
The big elephant in the room.
Long Island elephant in the room. This man, Maxwell Jacob Fried. Is it a work? Is it a shoot? Is it a work shoot? Do they have this long-term game plan planned out? Is he leaving, going to WWE? The world may never know. What I can tell you is, when there's smoke, there's fire, and there's obvious things about this that scream work shoot to me. And what I mean by that is the shoot part of it is these are truly my feelings. The work part of it is I want to honor my contract because I'm still trying to get paid. Okay, so I truly feel this way. I want to express how I feel instead of acting like a baby about it. But I want
What happened?
I don't know. I heard a quick and then we lost him. He froze.
He's frozen.
Oh no! Did he lose internet?
You're frozen too. Only I could see you. I mean, I could hear you. I could hear you.
You hear me?
Oh wait, that's just you not moving. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't moving.
Okay.
All right. Oh, fuck it. Let's keep it going. Oh yeah, what was he saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, me and Rodney had a big ass conversation about this the other day. So yeah, we can't really tell if it's a work, if he actually is going to get fired, or what. But from what I saw, and I told Rodney this, they pulled all his merch off of AEW shop. They did something else. I can't remember what they did.
They took him off the AEW roster.
Yeah, they took him off the roster.
there
we go.
Internet just like
there he is. Yeah, I literally as soon as I heard you say I was like, yeah, he fucking was.
Well, let's just call it what it is. Regardless, listen. I feel it's a work shoot. It was brilliant. He cemented himself as the biggest, whatever you want to call him, in wrestling today. He wasn't wrong, and he's a smart individual that actually obviously listens because when he said, you fans don't think I can give good matches and this, and that, he is in tune to what's going on. It's kind of like Aaron Judge, who turned down the extension, is going to wait. If he quits now, is he going to be as highly paid as he is when his contract's up? Because if he quits, where's he going to, WWE makes an offer, but they're not going to make the biggest offer that they're going to make in a year and a half when it's a bidding war, right?
You can't trust Dave, Uncle Dave, and Brian Alvarez because the reporting is so mixed here.
Yes,
that WWE and Vince McMahon is still very high on MJF. So despite anything, maybe it is true that his people reached out. The people representatives reached out. I don't know. I'm not in that room. I don't know what's going on in his personal life, but I know a work when I see one. Nobody in their right mind is gonna hand you a microphone, tell you go out there and crap on me.
No.
Do that with executives in the building.
No.
So they would have cut his mic a long time ago. Somebody was probably like, "Yo, do you want to bring it down?" He's doing a lot of cursing. Tony was like, let him go. And when we get really bad,
yeah, that was the network. I got to cut that. It wasn't Tony.
At some point, you have to, in the truck, somebody's got to make a decision because there's a lot of F-bombs, there's a lot of S-bombs, there was a lot of going on. And, MGF is a hell of a talker. That's what he does best. Now, where do we go? When we turn around,
let's break down what he said. Break down what he said because he is 100% correct.
100%.
Now, he's 100% correct. We all agreed the Wardlow thing went on way too long, only to end up in a squash match on a pay-per-view. As far as, I don't know what these other dudes are being paid, but I'm sure there's truth to that. Now, again, I don't disagree with you. Can't disagree with the Malachi Blacks, the Bryan Danielsons coming in. Some of these dudes. We can go down the list of old WWE guys that came in, and we could probably go about 50-50. You throw the Christian Cages over here, the Hardy Boys over here, and then you got the Buddy Murphys, you got the Malachi Blacks, you got the Bryan Danielsons over here, right? You got the Tony Storms, you got the Ruby Riots over here. You don't the Miros. You don't just let those talents go. Keith Lee's, Swerve Scott, Strickland, excuse me. But he's not wrong in what he was saying. And like Rodney said, that's coming from him. He's probably had these fucking conversations with Tony Khan. And you're not a good negotiator if you're going to show your hand. He's too good of a poker player to show his hand and say, fire me. Because like I said, okay, fire me. So I can't bid AEW against WWE for more money if they fire me. It's just going to be what WWE offers me. And if I want to get in the ring again, I have to take it. As opposed to a year and a half when it's going to be, do you want me to stay or do you want me to come? Who's giving me the biggest sack of money?
Stack your resume up so high where it's undeniable.
Undeniable.
They can't deny you a max contract.
Exactly.
That's so guys, like when you bring up the Aaron Judge comparison, I think it's perfect. Aaron, stack up as much stats as possible this season so it's undeniable. There's no way you can look at me in the face and tell me I'm not worth that money. I put this team on my back.
Yeah.
Produced every single day that I'm out there. Do not tell me that I'm not worth it. And listen, now after that, and if you don't hear this man's worth and you don't sign him to a contract, I think it's gonna be a poor move by any wrestling company right now to not sign the best heel in the game. Are you out of your tree? You think Tony stupid enough to let that man walk out the door?
No, but you also listen. We talked. You got CM Punk still having hard feelings. Mm-hmm. This man has not even had a belt put to his waist. You have a TNT championship. You had a tag. When he was with Wardlow, he till this day hasn't had a championship. right? You got Jungle Boy with a belt. You have Darby Allin with a belt. MJF runs around with the ring. So he could be so bitter by the end of this, still play the both of them off each other. But at what point are you pulling that trigger? Because we all said, listen, we just need to see him in the ring a little more, right?
I said,
well, we got that, and he's still not getting title matches. He's still not main eventing, the pay-per-views of the Dynamites. So, like I said, one hand he's playing poker, and the other hand, I don't blame him for what he said, because if we just go back to the last champion they had, it's not even close. Who's more interesting to watch on TV?
Brian makes a good point. He goes, MJF will become the interim champ for Punk returns. Then they'll have a match, and MJF will go over, which make complete sense. And for all the fan people, for crazy fanboys out there that believe that this is a straight shoot, and believe what you want to believe, guys. That's the beauty about being a mark. You believe it no matter what. It's still real to you, damn it. No problem.
There is also a rumor, and I didn't read fully into the article, but there is a rumor that they might give it to Mox.
I've read that too, because it's the safe thing to do. And that's the biggest thing. It's about safety right now. Who is it safe to carry until Punk gets back? You got to play your cards right, because you don't want to put the interim championship on the wrong person. It kind of don't want to put it on somebody that's too high and it's hot, and then it's like, all right, now.
As far as I'm concerned, you got 4 guys that you could put it on,
and this is a good. This could make for a good storyline. You put it on Mox, and you start a feud between him and Brian.
You want to break that up real quick?
I don't want to break it up. But
I think that might be so bigger.
You put Mr. Regal in a position where he's like, now one of you has to prove yourselves.
Well, Mike brings up a good point. Wardlow should be at least considered, be one to be considered for an interim championship.
Oh,
well, that's what you got 4.
Yeah,
you got Moxley, Danielson, MJF, Wardlow.
Hold on, like you lost
right now. If you want to go safe, you got the 2 of the Combat Club, and you want to make a fucking splash, which we've been crying for them to do. Wardlow, strike while it's hot, or MJF. I personally, at this point, put the fucking strap on him and see what you got, because on MJF.
I think it'll be one of the great. I once said that MJF has the ability, not saying he's going to be, but the kid has the ability to be the next Ric Flair. If he does it correctly. You have the ability to be the next Ric Flair. You can talk like Rick. Can you wrestle like Rick? Probably not to the level of Rick. But
I think he could be better than Rick. Rick was an average in the ring performer.
Yeah, but the way Rick carried himself with the charisma and
I think he's got it. I think he's got it tenfold. Yeah,
and trust me, MJF is young, so you're still growing and learning, and you can try some new tricks, add some new stuff to your repertoire. Hell, if I was him, I'll start doing a figure 4. I'll start throwing stuff in there like that just to piss people off, because I'm that guy. If you really want to shake up the world, right? I would say hit somebody with. I would personally, if I was MJF, and I wanted to be a snarky asshole, I would hit somebody with a stunner, or I'll hit somebody with a signature WWE finisher. Sharpshooter. You got hit somebody with. Hey, you go in there, hit somebody with a stunner, or hit somebody with a pedigree. Just get the crowd. Just keep the nonsense going, because you're already hot. So you might as well just add fuel to the fire.
Keep the circus rolling. Absolutely.
Keep throwing more fuel on that fire, because it's just gonna make it. Yeah, James said the rock bottom. You can do the people's elbow just to piss everybody off. It would be the perfect moment for him, and just keep doing it until the payoff comes. And because we know the payoff is coming, but we don't know when. But this could be such a long build, and AEW has a knack of doing this where they build too long. So let's not build too long. Let's strike when we have the opportunity to. Punk kind of getting hurt kind of derailed this situation, I believe, because once, as we know, after the promo was over, who comes waddling down to the ring?
Yeah.
The guy that kind of they still have unfinished business between these two, and I don't know. Some will say, "Oh, he was trying to console him and calm him down." Look,
The work. It
Christopher
was the
Brown
same way
said,
when he was crying in the ring and CM Punk came down. This is all work, people.
just wrestle, baby. This is what it is.
The
So,
work.
Christopher
so
Brown said, Chris, my issue with MJF more to do with if Paramount doesn't want him around, since they issued a request to Tony Khan to remove his likeness from anything AW related, or if that's all part of the obvious work shoot.
well, I did read a report. Mike also did as well. That Paramount Warner, one of the major companies, told Tony, we don't want to see him on anything that's involving your company. And if I'm Tony, I'm playing into it. This is great. This is perfect for me.
Like, is this because he threw an F-bomb?
You know what I'm saying? It's
when they've been cursing since day one.
Since day what? Didn't Jericho call somebody a little shit?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, but he called Tony Khan a fucking mark.
Which could have, in a lot of circles.
Tony Khan told him to.
Yeah.
He went to Tony. Tony, I'm going to call you a mark.
Pretty badass.
Which I thought was I thought it was a great moment.
I'm sure Tony Khan was in the back clapping.
It was one of the greatest moments in wrestling history.
Well, listen, it might have been one of the greatest moments in his company's history.
Yes, it was single-handedly. Other than Moxley out to the ring.
You know, we watched Kane extract whatever he did out of the other one's cooch. So, but we're gonna throw MJF off because he dropped an F-bomb. I'm not buying none of it.
I watched Kane electrocute Shane McMahon's nuts on television.
Yeah, I watched Kai and Tai try to chop off Val Venus's dick.
Yeah. We watched the live human sacrifice. These things happen, folks.
Watch freaking Vince McMahon go face first into Rikishi's ass.
Or make Trish Stratus bark like a dog. Yeah. So
we seen some things.
MJF says an F-bomb and he's got to get about.
But Chris, you know, and I know this plays into it. I'm not. I'm pretty sure Tony alerted somebody. Hey, listen. Can we use your name and likeness to say that you're forcing us to do this because of the MJF? So, go ahead. Do your thing, man.
Because something tells me when they announced the pool for the interim championship, there's going to be a surprise entrant. It's going to be MJF.
And look, at first, I was buying into it, saying, man, this is it, man. He's going to leave. But once I saw that promo, I said, nah.
He still may leave, but it's in 24.
Yeah, it's not leaving no time.
Listen, if John Moxley did not give you the blueprint for how to leave a company, you finish your contract. Unless the company tells you goodbye.
Yep.
So,
last time I checked, nobody got fired.
No.
Hell, even Sasha and Naomi didn't get fired.
No, they're not fired yet.
They're not fired, nor released, I should say. But, you know, the thing is, there's a lot of people out here that find it hard to believe. Like, nah, man, he went out there and he just shit all over his boss. That's definitely a shoot.
It was brilliant. Brilliant.
But guess what? For those of you who believe that, he did his job. He did his job. Thank you. He did his job. And guess what?
He CM Punk shit all over his boss?
Yes, he did.
And how many years did he last after that? 3?
And he shit right on Triple H right in his face.
Right in his face. Didn't Joey Styles shit on the company only to work for that company for the next 7 years after that in the back?
Because he couldn't work Backlash.
Because he couldn't do Backlash.
Look.
Backlash?
Backlash? I couldn't do Backlash? See, the thing is, a lot of people still have that thing about them where it's still real to me, damn it. They do. And Chris, we see it all the time. So I can't even get mad at people over it. I'm not going to. You know, you feel the way you want to feel. But I've been around a little while. I watched for a long time. and I know when things are real and I know when things are fake. If you really felt that way, MJF, and you really felt strongly about it, you have not showed up to anything. You would have not showed up for your match against Wardlow, especially after what happened. You
He
would
wouldn't have been there for that, and he wouldn't have been there on Wednesday.
Your ass would have been sitting right in Long Island, right here, living up on the beach. You would have never, ever showed up for that company ever again, because that's how you're going to look at me. Hell, look, even guys like Rick Rude didn't like how things were going. Picked up the phone, called Bischoff. He was on Nitro the next night. Just saying. What was that? Rick Rude was the only man to appear on 2 wrestling shows at the same night. But as crazy as it sounds, some people just don't like the direction of things. And when you don't like the direction of things at your job, what do? You either A, speak up for it, or you quit.
I'll be the first one to tell
Again,
you.
What are you going to do? Guys, this is wrestling.
Tony's in on the joke, but I just don't see where what he's doing with the dude at this point.
That's a good point. Because
now, Sammy Guevara is another homegrown that's had the belt on him. So when are you going to give this dude a title?
I'm over that already.
Look. I can make fun of Sammy Guevara and the Ty. I think the Ty Conti thing made it worse for Sammy.
That's fucking
this does not add to Sammy.
I'll say this: it made it worse for Sammy, but for her character,
she needed something.
It's working for her because now she's becoming this snarky little bitch that runs around It's working for her. It's made it worse for Sammy.
Damn it! She couldn't be a cowgirl for
She could have been. She could be my cowgirl.
Jeez, Louise. Oh, shout out to them. They both got engaged. You know,
yes, they did.
Just about almost a year after he got engaged to the first girl in the middle of the ring.
I know. Pam sitting on the couch crying.
That's fine. Look, I don't know the situation. I'm not going to comment as much. I don't know. Maybe the girl was crazy. He had to get out of the situation. I don't know. But all I know is,
I think he was just, you know.
There's a lot of PDA going on. There's a little too much.
Listen, sometimes you got to upgrade the vehicle you're driving.
That is very true.
Absolutely.
No, his lease was up.
His lease was up.
They offered him to buy, or
he had to upgrade.
A new car.
He turned in the Hyundai, and he got himself.
And he bought a Lambo.
A Hummer.
A Ferrari.
Like, Jesus. But hey.
Simple math, people. I will say this? Could the people stop crying over CM Punk? I saw tears in the audience again on Friday.
Because he was crying. So
stop it.
When people see other people cry, it makes people cry.
I don't know. It doesn't make me cry.
It doesn't make me cry either. But I hate seeing a grown man cry because it makes me cry.
If it's a real reason to cry.
Yes. Like, I don't choke up because I see a woman crying.
No.
Unless my mom or somebody close to me.
Yeah, if it's a real reason.
But if I see a grown man crying, it breaks me. I don't know why. It just hurts me. It cuts me deep. Like, I don't want to see you crying. Come on, man. Don't do that. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was the way I was raised. I was raised to be strong and be tough. But when you see a grown man break down, that's when you know a situation just got real. Like, for that kid that was crying that night when CM Punk came back. Look, maybe the kid had a little bit too much to drink.
Oh, a lot too much to drink.
Yo, my man was weeping, baby. He was weeping.
But there was at least 5 when they spanned the crowd on Friday.
Oh, they were.
Rampage. They were crying.
Boo-hooing.
It's embarrassing.
Boo-hooing.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, boy. Well, guys, look. MJF is work. That's my opinion. I changed my mind after that promo. I said maybe it's a little bit of more of a shoot. He goes, "You should not cry for CM Punk returning." Mike, some people love that man. They're like, that's their.
I agree with Mike. You shouldn't cry for anybody returning in wrestling.
Yeah, man. People don't never retire in wrestling. Come on. Nobody ever retires.
I wouldn't cry for that, man.
Come on, even Ric Flair's not retired. Look, he's making a comeback. Tell that to Cena, Mike. Work. Propose with Nikki. Ooh, yeah.
Have we all learned? Don't propose in the ring.
No.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work out.
Wrestling wedding. Yo, listen. Nobody.
Wrestling weddings and proposals.
I'll tell you. Don't ever do it.
It's not built to last.
It's not built to last, folks. I love a good wrestling wedding. You can't. Oh man, I love it. But moving down the line, we did get some nice surprises at Double or Nothing. We did. There was a lot of rumors circulating around when this particular woman would show up on a certain promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Athena has showed up for AEW in the women's division, formerly known as Ember Moon. She has made her Dynamite debut this past
Yes.
Wednesday. Was it Wednesday or Friday?
It was.
Yeah, Wednesday. No, Friday. Kiera Hogan.
Yeah, she wrestled Kiera Hogan, which was a solid match. A lot of people can't wait to see her wrestle Jade Cargill, which, rightfully so, I understand. Now, I saw a lot of skeptics saying, well, here we go again. Just shit on everybody that's already there. Just give this girl a push straight to the moon. No pun intended. Look,
Why not?
when you got a hot star, the point is when you bring somebody in like that, you bring them in hot to do hot things. You don't bring them in for them to sit around. Now, AEW does have the knack to do the hot thing with you and then put you on a sideline next thing you know you wrestling on YouTube. They have done this in the past. They have a track record of doing this. So I understand where those people are coming from. But I will tell you this. They need more women in this division. I don't see this particular thing happening to her, as we've seen, I think, after a lot of hoopla with Ruby Soho, which by the way, I loved her entry. Phenomenal. And I want to talk about that
with
whole.
Rancid.
Oh yeah, I want to
Oh,
talk.
that was hot.
I want to talk about the whole Owen Hart tournament thing. It's really grind my gears. But nevertheless, we had a new woman, Athena, show up in the women's division. Almost looks like she's directly challenging Jade Cargill. What do you guys feel about that?
Well, she's a lot shorter than Jade, I'll tell you that. She stood up to Jade and she was looking up at her, and I was like, Lord, Athena, what are you doing? That woman towers on you, bro. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think, yeah. I honestly, at this point, I agree with Mike. She's going to probably wind up on Dark for a little bit. And then.
Where is that? Wait. Who's going to wind up on Dark?
Athena.
After she's done with the Cargill situation, she'll wind up on Dark.
She might get a push. We'll see.
Depending
She's
on how.
She's getting a push right now.
Yeah, her push is instant. That's how these things work.
She flat out came out, confronted Jade Cargill. They did it again. That's going to be they did it again on Friday night. That's the push.
Not to mention Malcolm Blizzard's showing up and kind of stirring the peace too, which is pretty cool.
She's getting the push.
So I can't really get mad at it. I do like seeing more women in wrestling now. I do like
that's
seeing.
Crazy. You saw how fast he found work, bro.
Dude, the man is good at what he does. Happens to be really close to MJF, by the way.
Who, Malcolm Bivens?
Yes. Very, very close.
Listen, I said this before. Jade Cargill is raw, and she needs to be in with seasoned talent to make her look good.
Yep.
You cannot keep putting her in there with the likes of Anna Jay. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. That match was a clusterfuck.
Yep.
Absolute clusterfuck. So whether you keep the belt on her or not, put her in there with Ember Moon and see what happens.
Now, to comment on the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Love the ring gear by both of them, by the way. Phenomenal. Ruby Soho's ring gear was fire. And Adam Cole, spot on, baby. Spot on. Love the pink and black. It was wonderful. Nice little tribute. What really made me get upset a little bit was it was almost like I'm probably gonna get flack for saying this, but I'm gonna say it in probably the nicest way possible. Having the wife come out present the belts, I felt that dragged a little too long for me. And I know the woman.
Why did Tony Khan hug her like that?
Listen.
Why did Tony Khan what?
Why did he
Why did
hug her like
why
that?
did he hug her like
Like the
that?
way he hugged her was like it was like Mama was leaving him, but leaving him.
Somebody in the THWF group put the picture of him hugging her and put the
Like,
caption, "Take my virginity, please."
it was mad weird. Like, and it was very awkward. Um, I don't know. Maybe I felt some kind of way because they're honoring somebody who is a pro wrestling Hall of Fame, and rightfully so, well deserved. Um, and there was probably a lot of Owen fans in that locker room growing up. So that's cool too.
Yep.
The thing is, if you're gonna let the woman speak, I felt like she should have gotten a better form, but also if you're gonna give her that kind of time, give her a form to do the time. Like, let's speak about the foundation a little bit. Tell us about what it is. Really go. I want you to go in depth. I want you to really let it go and let us know what the foundation is, because some people don't know. You know, I felt like she was doing the best she could, but she knows she was reading off her notes, and she had to present the belts and then present the trophy, and it was a lot of moving parts. Plus, you're working against the clock because you're on pay-per-view. We got other matches to go. It was a lot going on there. I felt like the trophy presentation and the title should have been done on Dynamite that following Wednesday. That way, that woman could have had a platform and a better way to express herself and really get out what she wanted to say. I feel like she had a lot more to say. And I felt like it was a little bit rushed. Did I feel some kind of way because I feel like Owen doesn't have no connection to this company? A little bit, but he is a Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, and rightfully so. He deserves to be in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. He deserves to be honored. So, hell, we know the situation with you and WWE. We get it. We understand. I'm not even talking about that. And I know that you have a lot to do with that. The Hart family and you don't vibe like that. It's been very well documented and very well known. Let's leave it where it is. If this is going to be an ongoing thing for AEW, cool. But it is your husband. You can honor him however which way you choose to. That's all I have to say. But I just wish he had a little bit more time on a better platform. Felt like it was a little bit rushed. A lot going on. All right, so they each get a trophy and each get a belt. That's a little much to me. The belt would have been cool. I thought the belt was dope, and the trophy too. Jesus Christ. But now I got to ungrab all of it. It was a lot. Give the woman a proper platform next time. Let her tell us about the foundation a little bit. I just felt like a little bit more there would have done her justice. That's just my opinion on it. I wanted to hear a little bit more.
I thought it was well done. I thought the whole tournament was well done.
I do like those belts, man. Those
it was
belts are
great.
nice.
I for someone who doesn't speak publicly all the time, and she hasn't spoken in a while, so I saw some emotion from her. She was she was very happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that. She was very happy to present what she was presenting. So I have no issue with it. It's never going to happen with WWE, and that's something I don't blame her for. And quite honestly, if that was my brother, I never would step foot on a Hall of Fame stage and get tackled by a fucking fan. But that's just me.
And I want to hear a little bit more about the foundation. That's really truly.
Well, I hear you, but
yeah, and that was one of my things. I was like, I wish she had a little bit more time.
They could have run vignettes. They had time for weeks while they were running the tournament to run vignettes about what the foundation is about.
Yeah,
they could have done that.
And I think that because this is what we're really doing it for. That's the real cause. Yeah. And not just to honor Owen, to honor the people that's involved with the foundation as well.
Or before the Adam Cole match, whichever one was first, they could have ran a vignette.
They could have ran with somebody doing a quick voiceover, Jericho, somebody. It doesn't have to be her. Somebody, maybe another executive that holds power in the organization. Somebody else. Whatever it may be. Just wish there was a little more time for it. That's all I asked for. But key injuries to touch upon before we dive into NXT. It's been reported that Daniel Bryan has suffered an injury. Also been reported that Adam Cole has suffered an injury. Now, none of these injuries are significant to the point of the Cody Rhodes type of injury, but it's going to be maybe a couple of weeks out. Both are expected to be ready by Forbidden Door, so you should have nothing to worry about there. But a couple of weeks out of the ring, resting up, get your body ready for the big show. I'm expecting big things out of Forbidden Door. I really am. You're bringing a company like New Japan. I said I very much like this move.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
This move is huge. I'm not so much for the AEW aspect, for the New Japan aspect. I'm so excited to see them because every time they touch the American soil, it's always a good show. It's always fun. The combinations of matches you could throw together, the crowd is going to be on fire. You're in the middle of Chicago. Come on. It's one of the wrestling capitals of the world. So I'm excited, and I can't wait till the 26th. I want to see what they come out with. But Mike goes, they better be careful with those belts design because WWE still owns it. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
What do they still own?
So it's very possible because those are the old AWA design. They intentionally designed the belt that they gave Adam Cole and Britt Baker to the belt that he won, and I believe it was AWA. It's the same exact design with different coloration. So if Vince wanted to be petty, if he owns the design of the belt, he can really that would be an absolute petty move, man. Don't do whatever you do. Listen, don't do that.
Does he own?
Like, I don't know if he owns.
Do you own a design of a belt?
He owns that brand because he bought it, but
doesn't say AWA on it.
Yeah, So,
does he really Can you own a design of a belt? I mean,
I think you own anything nowadays at this point.
Vince needs to worry about his own fucking shit box product than worry about a fucking tribute belt to Owen Hart. Let's just say that, because that fucking product is garbage.
But moving on, NXT in your house. Not hard to get through. It's just mixed emotions. I don't know. I don't know where you go with this brand. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was going to say the same thing. It doesn't make any sense anymore. It doesn't make any sense. What really doesn't make any sense to me, Rodney, is you got a guy like fucking Max Dupree, who you gave him the name LA Knight. You're going to tell me they couldn't bring him up and have the LA Knight model agency? It had to be Max Dupree?
LA, Los Angeles.
It fits perfectly, the LA Knight.
It works.
But what kills me is you gave him the name. He was Eli Drake. You gave him the fucking LA Knight name, and then now he's Max Dupree. Come on. Stupid. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what that NXT no longer makes any sense because you're doing the same stuff that you're doing on the main rosters. You got 2 shows of it. Why are we doing the same thing down there? And then when you have something that works down there, you're bringing it up and you're fucking it up, or you're keeping them down there. Mandy Rose. Braun Breaker. You're keeping them. What are you doing?
The only bit of benefit I would say, out of all of this has been Joe Gacy.
Joe Gacy was able to branch out but another one, so do we get to the point where Joe Gacy gets moved up and we change his whole fucking gimmick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, is that what's going to happen? Because why? This is my thing. Why give me a show where I invest my time into your characters, Pete Dunne, right? LA Knight, and then you're going to bring Raquel Gonzalez. Then we're going to bring him up and change everything we invested in. You gave her the name Raquel Gonzalez. That was it. That name was given to Kaylee Ray. Okay, fine. That was her other name. But it doesn't make any fucking sense. So I'm going to invest my time into all this. I'm going to invest my time into it. Then when it's time to go on a big show, you're going to change it all up. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that show. And I didn't watch In Your House.
And
Well, I was at my niece's graduation, so that was a little more important. But it just, I don't know. I haven't really. I've been fast forwarding a lot when I'm watching NXT on Tuesdays. There's nothing that's really dragging me in.
yeah, I don't really even watch NXT. Like, I'll have it on. I'm not paying attention to it. I'll wait to see the outcomes of the matches.
Yeah, pretty much me too.
That's about it. Like I won't actually sit there and watch the match because I know it's going to be a shit show.
Well, just to give you guys some perspective on it, since you guys didn't see it, the match, the card wasn't a bad card. It's just the direction. I'm confused about where we're going. We're gonna bring these kids up. Some of them are not kids. Some of them are fully established superstars. We're gonna bring them up to get rid of, like, to completely
get rid of what they built.
Everything about them. It just doesn't.
Is Carmelo Hayes going to lose his name next?
What are you going to turn him into? Hayes? Just Hayes.
Hey,
Carmelo. Just walking down to the ring.
Riddle. Theory. Stupid.
Why we got one name? What's going on with the one name, guys?
Listen, sometimes the one name works. Wardlow. It works. Right?
But that's his actual last name.
But let's go.
No, but it works. Like some things just work. You can't force it. Riddle doesn't work. Might as well call him the Riddler. Yeah. His name is Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
Mm-hmm. I just sometimes.
And that's his actual fucking name.
Like why can't you just make the rule that you must have a first name and last name, and let them present the first name, last name to you? Hey, I just want to keep my name Carmelo Hayes. Sure, that's.
But you know what? I think with Matt Riddle, it was a different story. He didn't want to be fucking John Cena and sell his name to the company.
It's very possible. That's why a lot of these guys make that move.
So,
listen, just call me this because I'm not.
You don't have to.
You don't. That's another thing. You
don't have to when it's your own name. John Cena agreed to it.
I wouldn't have done that.
You don't have to.
I'm gonna call my name John Sienna.
Sienna.
You know, it's just the whole thing. You know,
what did
John Cunningham?
What did fuck? I'm having a brain fart. Santino used to call him John Cena.
John Cena. Hello, John Cena. Shawn Michaels. Think about him. What a last name! Imagine that, Sean Hickenbottom, the new WWF champ. Like, what the? Who? That doesn't work. Oh man, Mr. WrestleMania Hickenbottom. I can't. See, the thing is, you have all of these good, talented young men and women down there, and like for instance, the first match of the night was the family taking on Del Fantasma, and the family goes over.
Oh, can someone explain to me how the guy with the name Donovan is associated with the Italian family?
I don't know.
Please, can someone explain it to me?
I could have sworn that was Irish, but we're gonna move on.
All the Guinea functions I went to growing up, we never had a relative last name Donovan.
Never met a Donovan.
No,
but he's Troy two dimes Donovan.
2 dimes Donovan.
2 dimes. We have Stax Lorenzo. No Stax. Why every mob movie I watch somebody's named Jimmy Stax? I don't understand. But this is, if you're gonna play off of it, if you're gonna make it that, then make it that. Go all in.
Get it right.
Half-ass it.
For fuck's sakes.
Don't half-ass it. You're half-assing it right now. So you got Donovan. That's not an Italian last name. I never met an Italian named Donovan.
No.
You could have picked the most generic Italian name, Colangelo. Like, you could have called him Tony. You could have named him anything. Donovan. Oh,
Donovan.
Man.
What's his first name?
DiVincenzo. all the cool ass names that Italians have.
What's his first name?
His first name is Troy.
Even better, even worse. I
Troy
don't know any
Donovan.
Italians named Troy.
Troy in my life. Now, if you named him Sonny Donovan, my dad was Irish, but my mom's Italian. Get it? I get it. All right, I get it. That Sonny Donovan would have been a cool name.
Ron just said Joey Bag of Donuts.
Joey Bag of Donuts. Fat Sal. You could have named him Sal Donovan.
Yeah, you could have named him Sal Donovan. That would have been fine.
Like
Sally Boy Donovan. Listen,
Paulie, anything.
if Troy Donovan walked down my block
Paulie
when we were
Donovan
kids, he would get
would
his ass kicked. That's all I'm saying.
Troy Donovan.
Troy Donovan.
Sounds like
Big Troy Donahue was a big fucking, heartthrob back in the 50s.
Sounds like the quarterback of a high school football team. That all the girls clamor over. Oh my God! Did you see Troy in the locker?
It's Troy Donovan.
God, this Troy Donovan. Troy Donovan asked me to prom. Oh, that's what it sounds like. Okay.
Here's your homecoming queen, Troy Donovan.
The homecoming queen.
Oh my God! Like
there we go.
It's bad. It's really bad, man, and I just don't like it.
That's what I took out of that match when I read about it. Why the fuck's his name Donovan? Stupid.
I went for the deep dark jungle of the Amazon. Sean
O'Leary.
Why couldn't you? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I figured this out, Chris. Maybe Butch's name was supposed to be Troy Donovan.
Butch?
Butch, yes. It makes sense now.
And they saved it?
They saved it. They knew they screwed up by calling him Butch. So it could have been Troy the Butcher Donovan. They screwed up by just calling him Butch. So they had to use the name because Vince said, you better use it. I spent money on it. Use it. So they gave it to this poor guy.
I trademarked it.
Better use it now.
People were knocking down the door for the name Troy Donovan.
Yeah, man. That's why
Vince just had to have that one.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Had to have it.
Figured it out.
They call him Butch because he looks like he's fucking Butch.
But if they would have called him, Troy Donovan, I probably would have accepted that more than Butch.
Yeah, it would have been better than Butch.
You would call him Troy the Butcher. And we came up with a little smock on, with like the meat sauce and blood all over him, like he works in a butcher. It made complete sense. But we ain't gonna go there. Well, they went over on Del Fantasma. While the losing team joins the winning team's stable, so Del Fantasma has to hop on board with the family, which is odd. So we're just gonna have Mexican and Italian relations together. This is fantastic. Be a hell of a Thanksgiving. Toxic Attraction taking on Kaden Carter and
Legado del Familia.
He got Kaden Carter taking on. I'm gonna call it her name, Casey Catanzaro. I'm not calling you by the new name.
What's the new name?
Kiana Chance.
Kiana who?
Katina.
They changed.
Katina.
They changed Kaden Carter's name.
No, Casey Catanzaro.
Oh, Casey Catanzaro.
Kiana Chance. Which, if you say it fast, it's like, can I get a chance? But of course, Toxic Attraction goes over. Carmelo Hayes takes on Cameron. Well, he beats Cameron Grimes, which I was very upset about.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense either.
We did all this work to build up Cameron Grimes to shit on him and take the title off him after a tremendous ladder match.
Mike said Mex Italian.
And why is Wendy Chu fighting Mandy Rose? I know the feud was building, but guys, come on, man.
What?
The girl that does the sleepy elbow? Come on, man.
Roger said Archie the Burger Flipper Smith.
Archie the Burger.
Listen.
That's Troy Donovan's father.
And we got Mex Italian out of Michael Steinberg. That's where we get the Taco Bell Mexican pizza from.
First of all, Mandy should not lose to Wendy Chu. That's not, absolutely not. Can you imagine your NXT Women's Champion walking around with a onesie on?
Hell yeah. Why not? Fuck it.
Were you gonna sell onesies as merch?
You damn right.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you see, I'm surprised you haven't seen any grown men with the onesies on.
Facts. Give me one with bunnies all over.
Mark would look good with a onesie.
You damn right. I do look
Mark
good.
and Mitch together at an arena.
I do look good at the onesie.
All right, so the Creed brothers beat.
My onesie had the butt flap too.
Beat Pretty Deadly was Elton Prince and Kit Watson. If they were to lose that match, the Creed brothers would have to leave Diamond Mine.
Yeah.
And the Creed brothers I really like. I think they got a lot of potential. Braun Breaker taking on Joe Gacy. And if he got disqualified, Braun Breaker, he will still lose his championship. Which I like that stipulation, man. That's fun. But those are all good matches, solid, understanding booking matches. But the talent-wise, what you're mixing together, where are we going with them? There's people that's been down there forever.
Yeah,
but
like
you're telling me you don't have room for them up top. But you don't got nobody up top. I don't understand what the dysfunction is. What's the disconnect? You telling me Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter could have been called up already for that tag team, women's tag team division? You're telling me this?
Why is Io Shirai still down there?
She's
don't
hurt.
know. Well, but even if she wasn't hurt, she'd still be down there.
No, apparently she was called up, but she's hurt.
Oh, she was called up but got hurt? Okay. So
Fair
at least she got called up.
No, forget about Catanzaro. Toxic Attraction should be up if you want tag team women's.
That's good
team.
for the women's tag team division.
They should be up.
You don't want
Mandy Rose should be wrestling Ronda Rousey. She should. I mean, for Christ's sakes, what more does she have to do?
bend over backwards. Like, this is crazy.
I mean, she's a legit champion. People can say what they want about her, but she's established herself as a legit champion over the past almost year that she's had the belt.
She's got to take a name change if she wants to get called up.
Christopher goes, that's something I wanted to bring up, Rodney. I saw something this morning comparing Gacy to Bray. What the fuck? Where this fantasy coming from? I don't see it. I get what they're alluding to.
Yeah, little side tangent. Have you guys seen Bray's Twitter? He just keeps throwing subs.
Yeah, he's throwing some cryptic stuff. A lot of people keep asking me, Rodney, do you think Bray Wyatt's coming back? I'm like, where are you getting this information from? Like, why do y'all keep thinking that he's coming back? Like, I was like, listen, the only way Bray comes back is if the money's right and his head is right. It's the only way he come back. If I'm him,
from what I heard out of a few people, and Sports, I forgot what the names that they threw out there, but Sports Keita said that he seemed like he had a decent relationship with Vince. A lot of people were saying that that Vince kind of saw Bray more as like a son. That's why he was kind of hard on him at times.
There was a point in time where Vince felt that Bray Wyatt could take over for that darkness role that the Undertaker had. And when you look at the character, and that's on Vince. That's not even on Bray. You can't even say it's Bray's fault.
No, it's not Bray's fault at all.
Because of two reasons. First, they ruined it by having Goldberg beat this guy. That's number one.
Terrible.
Number two, when you try to revamp it with Alexa Bliss, was in the middle of a time when nobody was really giving a damn about your product. They were still trying to worry about how they're going to get their next job. They were still trying to worry about when they're going to be able to leave their house. That's when you decide to go with that character and work that. The time that you say everybody's watching, we're not really. There's other things going on in the world. So, and she also dominated that storyline. It really didn't need Bray to be in it. It was Alexa that dominated. That's all people cared about. They didn't care about, when's Bray going to pop up? No, we worried about what Alexa was going to do next. So she dominated the storyline, which kind of left him in the back burner. Then the WrestleMania match happened, and we hear that his head wasn't all there because he's still dealing with grieving. That's what was reported. Then he's saying that it wasn't that. He was just burnt out and checked out, which could be very much true. Like there's a lot going on. Wherever the man's head is, if he decides to come back to the ring for any promotion, make sure it's for the right price, Bray. Don't just do it just to do it, brother. Don't do it just to do it. Make sure the price is right. Make sure they're paying you well, and you go out there and get your money, man. Get your money, champ. Don't let these people rope you into doing something you don't want to do.
He cannibalized himself. I think he went way over the top, too far with the Fiend character. And once you get that far, where do you come back to? It is wrestling after all. And he went way too far with it.
Don't get me wrong. Was it cool? Hell yeah.
It was cool for 10 minutes.
But I love the split between Bray Wyatt and the Fiend. You had the whole Firefly fun house, and that was cool. We even loved it. We said during the Independent, we loved the John Cena match because it was so different. We never seen something like that before. And that was what made it cool. So, and that's what made it work. So, do I see him coming back? No, not right now, if any. I think that he has other plans for his life, and the plans. I heard that he's big into making the movies, man. He's big into doing.
That's what I was just gonna say, because that's where, with that character, that's movie stuff. That's
he's big into the Rob. That's like Rob Zombie level.
Yeah,
crazy. Like
the Darkness character.
That shit.
They can use him on Hollywood.
You know what Malachi Black is doing. That's about as dark as you're gonna get before it comes across comic book ish, and that's what happened with the Fiend.
The Fiend became. It was weird because the Fiend was supposed to be a villain, but he really became a superhero.
Yeah, he became, and it was a caricature of himself.
Yeah, he got so over to the point where we were cheering him when we were supposed to boo him, and it became weird. Like now, it's the mystique of the character is like gone because we love him so much, and then you try to book him against people then you booked him the completely wrong way by having Goldberg beat him.
Well, that's another whole fucking
like, and that's what really was to me was the straw that broke the camel. Just broke the camel. Let's go.
Yeah,
that was it was a done deal.
Well, that's because he has to please the prince.
Unbelievable. Because the prince asked for some from the dead people, and they couldn't show up. So you had to give him something. Give him Goldberg. Don't worry about it. They'll be pleasing the prince real soon. They're going back out there. So it advertised yesterday. So I'm excited for the British show they got coming up. The Clash of Castles. Clash of the Castle. What's the name of that? Clash of the Castle. Clash of the Castle. But it looks cool. It sold out real well. Should be a good crowd. I'm excited. Oh, he goes, Hell in a Cell with Seth ruined him. Yeah, that was kind of hokey. Didn't help. Didn't help at all.
That was very hokey.
That did not help. The red cage, red lights.
It was too much.
Too much going on.
Like you said, the mystique was gone.
The mystique was complete.
Once he became, it was just gone.
The Fiend should have been something that you turn yourself into, like the Demon. You bring it out when you need that extra oomph.
It was just too much.
Even the Demon got played out after a while, because it's just like, all right, now we're just gonna see the Demon all the time. It's weird now. No, you bring it out when you most need it, when you need it most. Don't bring it out just because. It's kind of stupid. So, where NXT sits right now, I think it's a good time to do an overall of all of both brands, NXT and AEW. Where do they sit right now in the overall view? I think right now NXT to me really sits in the upside down. Not to coin a term from Stranger Things, but it literally sits in the upside down. We don't know what's real, what's fake, what is, what's not. We don't know the direction we're going in. What's the model anymore? What's the model of bringing these people up? Because you're giving these people practically fake names and fake characters to send them up there to give them a brand new name and a brand new character, which doesn't make sense.
No.
Sense at all. You made merch. You have merchandise made with these people's names on it already. So just throw that in a warehouse or ship it overseas somewhere because we got a brand new name for you coming right here.
Ludwig Kaiser. Now he's Ludwig. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Worse.
Went from Ludwig to Ludwig. I guess it wasn't German enough for Vince, so he made Ludwig.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
That's how fucking stupid this dude is. Sorry.
just become
Absolutely
I
fucking
don't want to
terrible.
hear he makes money. He's a fucking mental case.
this
And
is
it shows.
becoming a
How many
circus.
people have to leave that company and tell you the fucking demented shit that he thinks for people to say, oh, maybe it's not them, maybe it's him.
You
Like
know,
Ember Moon had no cross to bear with anybody. You know?
but here's my thing, Chris. People are still going to watch in the next
Oh, I know they're gonna watch it.
30 something minutes or so. So,
I know they are.
that's the sad part.
I know they're gonna soak it all in and they're gonna watch the same shit over and over again. And I know.
And I tried so hard with them. And I watched Hell in a Cell last night. I did. And I told Mark we wasn't going to talk about it, go in depth about it. We can save that for Thursday. But
Yeah, I gotta watch
the
it eventually.
the biggest thing was there's parts about the product I like and there's parts that I hate. And I won't say hate. Hate's a strong word. There's parts I extremely dislike. And there's
Pretty
parts that
much.
don't make sense, like changing people's names. And you already have merchandise selling off the shelf for Toxic Attraction. Are you telling me you're gonna look me in the face and tell me you're gonna change Gigi Zolan's name?
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna tell me that you're gonna change Mandy Rose's name?
But you gave Gigi Dolan a name.
This is what we have. We have merchandise. I
You
don't.
gave JC Jane the name.
They're gonna change
So are you gonna
Mandy
change
Rose.
it?
Just makes sense.
They're gonna change Mandy Rose to Mandy Flowers.
Or is it gonna be
Mandy Daffodil. Like what the
Mandy,
he goes, yeah, but
Mandy
I never
Tulips.
talked about talk this
what is Mike talking about? She's not they weren't talking about they wanted her to whore it up. She's not wearing she wears the regular women's wrestling attire.
which she likes to wear the little skirt with it too. She's always
That's
worn
yeah.
the little skirt and everything. They for what I got out of that interview, they wanted her to not take off the skirt and just show her accents of her body. A la kind of how Rhea Ripley looked last night, which I know Kenny was a very happy man.
How did she look last night?
I never seen Rhea Ripley in shorts before.
She wore shorts?
Let's just say she had shorts on with fishnet stockings, and you can see all her tattoos on her leg, and she had these little things around right underneath her thigh that was like kind of lifting the accents of her body. Like,
All right, so thank you. Do we need Rhea Ripley looking like that? Because Rhea Ripley is a fucking beast that's established. Now we gotta have Rhea Ripley selling sex appeal. Does that work?
She said Mike said her gear never arrived. That's why. Well, she
Yeah,
could have borrowed Damian Priest's pants like she did last time her gear. Last time her gear didn't show up.
They
She
fit,
borrowed his pants.
obviously.
I'm not buying her gear never arrived.
But so I look. The biggest thing is this not the only woman that said that about her about what they want them to wear and how they want them to talk and how they want them to dress. It's been very, very well documented for years now. So some women are down with it, some women are not down with it, and some women try to stick it out and ride it out as much as they can. And then you get to John Laurinaitis. You get John Laurinaitis walking in and saying something to you, saying, "Hey, I need you to kind of jazz it up a little bit." Well, what do you mean? Well, we need you to go out there and look more pretty. We gotta have you wear makeup more. We gotta, with Sarah Logan. Remember the whole situation with Sarah Logan? Vince wanted her to wear makeup.
Well, it wasn't even Laurinaitis. They had someone come in to talk to the girl.
And that was crazy. Like, if the girl doesn't want to wear makeup, don't make her wear makeup. Like, I don't get it. Now, the comments here saying, Mike says that wasn't her gear. She posted about it saying that her gear showed up late. Well, her gear never showed up. He goes, Brian says her gear was late.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
That's good. Oh, wow.
Who's to say that Rhea Ripley or someone told her, hey, let's try this out. Just because someone posts something on Twitter, let's not take it for the gospel, people. Okay, who's to say Rhea Ripley's tried this out, and then on social media right after, people were ripping it apart, and then she has to come out and do damage control. There is such thing called damage control. With like, if you guys believe everything you hear from the wrestling world, I got bridges to sell all of you, because that's what I mean. I don't believe shit that I read about the wrestling world because it's a fucking traveling circus. So who's to say Rhea Ripley didn't come out there and say? Because it's funny how Vince Russo came out last week and said he does not understand how a company tries to make attractive women like Rhea Ripley. I didn't agree with him, what he said, because Rhea Ripley's that's the character. She started out looking like Charlotte Flair, and she totally revamped herself to something better, right? But he said he didn't understand how the company tries to make attractive women look ugly, and he used Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley as the example. So now, all of a sudden, less than a week later, Rhea Ripley comes out showing some assets, like Rodney said. Is there a coincidence there, or are people listening to what's being said? And Rhea, they think we're making you ugly. I'm after what we're just talking about with laryngitis telling the women of NXT to show a little more booty. Why are we not to think that they didn't have that conversation with Rhea Ripley?
See, I'm gonna give Rhea the benefit of the doubt because we never seen her dress like that before. That's kind of crazy. And that's number one. Number two, to play devil's advocate here, I'm pretty sure there's other things. What did you come to the arena with? Did you wear jeans? Did you wear sneakers? Did you wear tights? What did you wear? You couldn't. There's been plenty of guys and gals where stuff didn't show up. They just wrestled in what they came in. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I'm pretty sure somebody wanted to help her out. But playing devil's advocate, there's other routes you could have went. Just saying, a T-shirt with cut off sleeves would have been perfectly fine. Some tights.
I just think it goes into what we listen. We just spent a half an hour talking about it. I think it just plays into what we're talking about. That they're trying to change everything about these people that have gotten over with the crowd. Yeah. And listen, again, let's not take what's on Twitter as the gospel. That's like saying Facebook is the encyclopedia.
So this is Mike's comment. He goes, I hate to say it, Rhea doesn't look good now compared to when she first got in the WWE. I'm so used to the way she looks now. When she was in the Mae Young Classic, that was a much different young woman that was in there. But then she had.
You're talking to Mae Young when she still had long hair?
Yeah, we're talking about when she first got in. Like
the first one. No, this Rhea. The only thing Rhea Ripley's changed since she became the Nightmare is change of hair color. Other than that, when she first came in, she looks way better now than she did back then. Because, like I said, she was a carbon copy of Charlotte Flair. If you go look back at what her outfit was.
Tall, athletic,
tall, blonde,
and then you throw that curveball in there. It really added something to her.
Not too many women can pull off that short haircut either, and she pulls it off.
She does pull it off really well. I gotta give her credit for that. Yeah. And Christopher Brown goes, there's a photo floating around since last night. Well, apparently Liv Morgan looks at Rhea's ass, and of course the fans who haven't hit puberty yet have all been crawling all over themselves, sharing the fuck out of it everywhere. Well,
I saw that.
Did she really have cheeks hanging out, Rodney?
It wasn't cheeks hanging out.
No, she had cheeks hanging out. Don't lie.
She had the Liv Morgan shorts on, but obviously Rhea Ripley is.
Why keep asking? I'm just going to put it on.
But keep in mind, Rhea Ripley takes care of herself. She's a well-fit woman. She obviously does her squats and things to take care of her lower half of her body. So she has certain assets and accents when she's wearing clothing like that will show other than a lot of other girls or women. So there's a moment. So when the crowd sees her come out like that, it's kind of shocking. That's why I'm saying this to me. You're telling me your gig got lost. I'm believing you.
Again? No, I'm not.
This is strange. I like. Why would
Who are you?
like
Don't they travel with their gear? Like, come on now. How many times did your gear get lost?
But also, this is the second time that this happened.
That's what I'm saying.
The first time it happened at a live show, and she had to wear Damian Priest's pants, and you can clearly tell the pants were way too big for her. But she wore a belt and like tightened it as much as she could, and they didn't fall off for her and stuff like that. And she did the best she could. I think you need to carry your gear properly. Like, you got to make sure to ship it early or something. Mike goes, when even Kenny said he didn't like her outfit, something's wrong. She needs pants. Even Kenny said, yeah, Kenny is probably the biggest Rhea Ripley crawler I've ever seen. But it was. I was taken back by it. I was kind of like, whoa. So this is what we're doing? Like, I didn't know. Nobody knew. But my first instinct wasn't go to Twitter to see what's going on. Because I'm not that human being. I'm watching a product. I'm not going to run to Twitter to see if it's real or not. So but that's the sad world we live in.
Listen, we all went to school. We all wore that outfit that we thought was fly, only to realize when we got to school, it wasn't that fly. All right? We've all had those moments.
We did.
We all went to middle school. We all had those awkward moments, and she might have thought it was fly.
Me and Mark went to school with T-shirts on that was 3 times our size.
Facts.
Yep.
I wore 3X
was the style.
I wore T-shirts that what?
I was 3 times our size. I wore a large T-shirt on a regular in 8th grade, but I went to school with a 2X or 3X T-shirt on. Yep. Don't ask me why. I just did it because that was the style.
It was the style.
It was weird. We had baggy jeans, long T-shirts for no reason at all, and a fitted hat that was either slanted or backwards. So it was.
I've looked at pictures.
Even the hat was too big for you.
Yeah.
It was like, come on.
Yo, do you remember the time when remember how I used to have really like long curly hair?
Yeah.
My hair used to get crazy and curly.
I got to see that, bro.
I had a fro, bro. I had a Jew fro.
Did you? You had a fro?
Yeah.
You used the activator? You got to send a picture of that.
I'll show you guys. I had crazy fucking.
He damn near had a Jerry curl.
Hair. I had Jerry curls, like damn near Jerry. Do you remember when
you had the Jerry?
Do you remember when Crystal
like Pinky
used to fuck with my hair?
You had the Jerry curl like Pinky?
No, it wasn't that long. It wasn't Pinky long. It was like Big Worm.
It wasn't Pinky long?
It was like almost Big Worm long.
No, it was just poofy.
With the rollers.
Rod, you remember how when Crystal used to fuck with my hair?
Yeah.
Remember when she put all the rubber bands in my hair and had me?
All right, wait. I got it now.
Yeah.
That ain't no. I forgot my gear. That is not. I forgot my gear. Like, sorry, people. That is. I'm trying something new and it didn't work, and I have to go play Damage Control on Twitter.
Hey, that's Chris's take, guys.
I'm watching it right now. There is no fucking way that is. No. Sorry, peeps.
Look. I was a little taken back by it. I wasn't.
Well, it's funny how the purple matches the other purple.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, because she did it on purpose.
That's all I'm saying. That's why I said when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, okay." So
if people want to believe that she made a mistake and her gear didn't get there, then pigs are gonna fly on my ass at 8:00.
Now, if she shows up with her gear tonight, clearly we know the gear got there late. Just saying.
Yeah, pretty much,
dude. And here's another thing. We all know Rhea Ripley is she's a big girl, right?
She's tall.
You can't just go shop off the rack in the back and get shit that's gonna fit you.
Her legs are very long.
Her legs are long. Come on.
It's hard to get pants for that woman. Like it's.
That was done on purpose. I'm sorry, people. Yep. All right. Had to see for myself.
Keep in mind, she's only 5'7", but she's long. She's a long 5'7".
Is that what they list her as? 5'7"?
5'7". But she's but she's a long 5'7". But she's not a small 5'7", like short. She has very
Poor
long,
Kenny.
long legs. So
Really?
Was she trying to keep up with Liv Morgan's outfit?
I,
But it seems like
it looked like she borrowed it from Liv Morgan. That's
no, but that wouldn't have fit her.
like definitely wouldn't. She had to borrow from somebody that can. That's a quick.
Okay, let's see what she comes out with tonight. But yeah, that's not.
That's a better question. Who did she borrow the gear from?
That's what I'm saying.
That's a question for the comment section. Throwing y'all guesses. Who she borrowed the gear from, man?
Who wears gear like that? Nobody. She's got the chains on it that she always wears on her pants.
Could have been Natty because they wear one piece.
No, Natty don't wear that shit.
Yeah, my girl Dana Brooke don't wear nothing like
Look,
that.
it's even got the purple on the ass. It does. I'm watching it. It's got the purple on the whatever you want to call it, the bottom part that she's wearing. There's purple in the front and there's purple in the back.
Maybe it's Becky's on purpose. Yeah, very possible, Mike. I like that guess.
What did Mike guess?
Mike said maybe it's Becky's old ring gear, not new.
No, she can't fit into Becky's stuff.
Paige Dewdrop immediately come to mind. That's what Christopher Brown said. Dewdrop, nah.
Does everybody still believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny? I'm wondering right now.
No, Mitch does.
Do we still believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny? Because if anyone believes that this chick lost her fucking gear,
5'6". It's very possible the old Becky, before she slimmed down after the baby, she could have been a little bit wider in the hip.
But man,
also they're gonna hold on to Becky. All right, so they're holding on to Becky Lynch's ring gear from 3 years ago. They travel around with that.
Maybe. All due respect to Dewdrop, man. Dewdrop's gear would have looked like a fucking hefty bag on Rhea Ripley.
No. I'm sorry, peeps. No.
I'm just trying to hold in that laugh, bro.
I was drinking more water. I'm not gonna.
There's no way. Anyway,
look. The point of the matter is this.
I think it goes to the point that we were discussing. They try to change too much.
I wasn't expecting her to come out like that. To be honest with
They're trying to change too much. They're trying to change people too much.
Oh man, it was definitely something that set the world ablaze. I saw it on TikTok today. Was like everybody was like, "Whoa!" Like, wait a minute, hold on a second. What's this? Why is she out here dressed like that? Like, people were kind of taken back by it, man. And look, all power to her. You know, she made it work. She made it work. If it I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say stuff got lost. This is the second time it happened to her.
It always seems to happen to Rhea Ripley, man.
I'm not.
Ripley and Walter. Oh well,
I'm not giving the benefit of the doubt. Sorry.
Somebody in the airport don't like Rhea, man.
You tried. She could have just came out and said, "I tried a new look tonight. It didn't work."
I don't know, man. Somebody at TSA don't like Rhea Ripley, bro.
Who said don't like Rhea Ripley?
Rhea Ripley.
Somebody in TSA, man. She always losing her gear.
Losing her luggage or something.
She always losing her damn gear, man. Somebody at TSA don't like that woman.
Oh, someone in the back. Yeah, no, I'm not buying it. Oh boy.
Nah, Rhea's.
That's crazy, man. I still can't believe Cody wrestled through a damn injury, man. That is some tough fucking shit.
What injury does he have?
He has a pectoral tear.
Oh.
Did you see the bruise?
Did you see his
so
bruise?
He's out for quite some time then, huh?
Chest down his arm.
Looking like 6 months. Looking like 6 months.
He looked like Triple H when Triple H fucking tore his pec, man.
That was bad. But this was worse. I thought this was horrible.
Tendon tear.
If you see
Where the fuck did you get a tendon tear from, Mike? He tore his pec.
That happens.
And what happens is the blood vessels pop underneath the skin, and they just spread. So people, that's another thing I want to address before. For those of you saying it's fake, guys,
They're saying Cody Rhodes is fake?
Yeah, the Cody Rhodes thing is It's not a.
Oh,
It's
okay,
not
the
real.
pectoral tendon. Okay, I stand
It's
corrected.
makeup. I was like, first of all, have you guys ever tore your pec?
No, I
So
don't
do you
ever
know what a
want to.
pectoral tear looks like?
I've
You know what
almost
kills me?
dislocated my shoulder.
I
You
know
know what
people
kills
that
me?
tore their
They
Achilles. And
believe
the same
they
thing.
believe
Oh, I've almost tore my Achilles. I had really bad Achilles tendonitis one time.
Like,
That's just so painful, bro.
these dudes, they believe everything that's fake and they don't believe everything that's real. It's amazing how that works. Everything that's fake, they believe it to be the truth. And then when something real happens, they're out there saying, no, that's not real.
yeah, torn pec. Unless you're John Cena is just a super soldier. Like, he's the only one I know
Oh
that
yeah,
can
John Cena did too, right?
3 months. Like, it was ridiculous. But he's built different. Now everybody's built like that.
Yeah.
Not the same. The recovery time is not the same. Some people are not dedicated to trying to come back that fast. At the time, did they really need him to come back? Not really, but he did it anyway. So kudos to him. But Chris Brown goes, it's being said that he tore it early last Monday in the brawl with Seth, or a weight machine this past Friday in the gym. So look, conflicting reports on when he tore it, how he tore it. All we know is torn. Okay, the bruise on the arm and the pectoral area, it's torn. All right, there's no it's slightly torn, just a little smidget gone. No, it's torn. All right, torn. So Light Gold's recovery is 4 to 6 months. 4 being Cena, 6 being H. Keep in mind, H is much older. So when you get older, your muscles and tendons and body takes a little bit longer to heal. So when Cena tore it, I don't know how old Cena was.
Triple H was pretty young when he tore his.
Was he? It just happened
Yeah.
at the Super Showdown.
Yeah,
Overseas.
well, I mean, yeah.
Like if he was already in his 50s when he tore it,
I
that's
don't remember.
cool. But if Cena was in his late 20s, early 30s, it's very chance that the body just healed quicker. Now we know he's going to be out, so take this time to plan accordingly. He was probably projected to win the Money in the Bank. Now, I personally would like to see Seth Rollins win Money in the Bank.
Oh, Mike said he's got surgery scheduled for Thursday, possibly.
Well, good for him. Go see Dr. Andrews or whoever you gotta go see. Go get fixed up, okay? But I prefer you to go to Germany. They do good work over there.
They do. They got very good doctors in
You can
Germany.
make luck with you and Gunther. They both.
If you can afford it, fuck it. Why not?
You let Gunther win it.
Yeah, let Gunther win the Money in the Bank, right? Or I say Seth wins, and it'll be the perfect time for when Cody's ready to come back. Throw him right in the program with Seth, and we can get this whole thing started all over again. Because this was the best thing you had going with the tribal chief being gone, taking some time, and so people upset about that too. Oh, he's not on the pay-per-view. Like, blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen. Rock used to miss pay-per-views too, y'all. So relax yourself, okay? Relax. Bobby Lashley made a statement last night talking about he wants to win the title, so that's cool. I don't mind.
Why is Reigns off TV?
Reigns is taking some time. He's taking some time to himself, trying to figure out life, trying to figure out.
Well, I got to call foul on that. If that's you can't take your title, and we went over this with Brock Lesnar. You can't take your fucking main title off TV. It's got to be relevant.
Look, this is what happens when you don't build your mid card. Now you're scrambling.
I get it, but this is also what happens when you unify a belt and you don't have another one to fall back on.
Exactly. So, like, I wouldn't be so mad if there was an established mid card story going on. There's nothing. I got Elias, not Elias, to look forward to. Hopefully, that's put to bed. I got.
It's still not going to be put to. It's still not put to bed. He literally came out on Twitter the other day, I believe, and said that he hopes to tag team with his brother.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I saw the picture he put up.
Christopher goes, Kevin Owens is likely to win the briefcase, Rodney. Because I pray the Holy Spirit.
The Fury doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it.
Can't stand his ass.
I can't stand his ass. So Michael Steinberg says
To play into that before you go into the next comment, I don't think Theory is face of the company material. I wholeheartedly agree with Christopher Brown. I don't think that he's ready to hold that fucking championship title. He's a mid Carter. I'm sorry, he's a mid Carter. You gonna fight me on this, Roddy? But he's a fucking mid Carter. I'm sorry.
I love me some Theory.
Right now,
I know you love you some Theory, but right now I see him. Let him hold that U.S. title, bro.
I agree with Mark. He's not a headliner right now.
Going back to your original statement, you don't see him as a face of a company.
I don't see him as the face of the company. So he's as in, i.e., he should not hold the WWE title.
Let's put it this way: he's no MJF.
Never said he was.
No, I'm just saying, as compared.
But I promise you, mark my words, that kid will be a WWE champion
one day.
He will be.
Yes,
and he will be the face of your company.
That kid's gonna be the next. I'm telling you, that kid is gonna be the next John Cena.
And I've said it when I saw him in Evolve. That kid got the goods.
Just not now.
And
just
right
not now.
He has
he's
to work
like right now.
Right
now, he's like John Cena in his early days.
Yes, a lot of heat. People hate him. He has to find that. He has to find that switch. Every wrestler that's got that it factor has that switch, and once you find that switch, flick it. Because once you flick it, it's off to the races. Every top guy had that moment in their career. Was like, I got to hit the switch now and find it, because if I don't, it's over.
Put it this way:
he has to
what would be good? You know what would be good? And I'm gonna say this now, and we'll see what happens in a couple, hopefully like another 2 years. Him and MJF going at it. Theory and MJF going at it.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Oh, listen.
I think it would give him a nice push, man.
If it ever happens. But
we'll see.
I do feel down the road that Theory has the ability to be the top guy. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some growing. But everybody's got to start at the bottom and work their way to the top.
So
that's how it works. It's the way
back to these comments. So Mike said, yes, but Roman has been removed from Money in the Bank too. They only want him for stadium shows. And then he said, yet Andrew wants all the belts unified.
Yeah.
And he said, I agree. And then Christopher Brown said, Theory is Miz/Ziggler light right now.
So,
okay.
When do they do stadium shows? How many times a year? Would it?
We don't even know that, because they just got rid of a stadium show because it wasn't selling well.
What was the yeah?
Money in the Bank was supposed to be in the Allegiant Stadium. They moved it to the MGM Grand Arena.
Yeah. So Roman Reigns is not going to wrestle unless they're in stadiums?
That's kind of how they want it to be.
Who says that?
According to the higher ups in the WWE, reporting to all the other wrestling writers in the world. Because I never directly from anyone in the WWE holding a press conference telling me that's what they want to do.
But I just don't understand how it's possible. You don't do stadium shows.
You don't do enough. That's what I'm saying. You don't do enough. So you're going to have this guy carrying around your title for 4 stadium shows a year? Like, that doesn't make sense.
They don't even do 4 a year.
Just get the title off of him at that point. Look, I don't know what the plan is no more. Nobody knows at this point. It's really sad that we got to kind of pick and choose on where we go. Oh, that's a good point, Christopher Brown. That's something I wanted to talk about. He goes, Theory is definitely getting the rub from Cena later this year. Funny TikTok. John Cena was asked a series of questions, and they asked him who's his favorite wrestler right now. He said Theory, and then he goes like this, like I'm watching you, and it's like this dynamic between him and Theory may be that moment where you say, all right, kid, show me something in this mid card, because later down the road, here's a plan for you. But you ain't getting that plan if you don't show me what you got. He really got to make this work. I got high hopes for this kid, man. I really do. But but you gotta show everybody else because I'm starting to see a lot of non-believers, and I don't think the crowd likes him too much. Which I've seen that before. I've seen the wrestling crowd is fickle. They'll hate you one moment, they'll love you the next, depending on what city you go to. So it don't even matter about with the crowd anymore. And we're at the point where we gotta start making some moves, man. With the WWE, they do for Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and then any random ones. So they do like I was saying, they do the four core shows, but that's kind of asinine. If you really
Christopher Brown also said, "Let's not forget the Saudi blood money shows, guys."
of course, like,
It's asinine now.
but that's asinine. To even come up with that kind of plan for him. So,
more reasons why I don't watch.
The marketing it just doesn't make sense because your sole marketing is around the tribal chief head of the table. That's your sole marketing's around. Every commercial I see, it's showing this guy punching the floor. So what are we doing? Either he's gonna punch the floor and be there, or he's not gonna be there.
So again, you're gonna tell me that Fox doesn't want Roman Reigns on their telecast?
Now, we never said he won't show up to regular shows. He'll show up, but he ain't gonna be wrestling probably, which doesn't make any sense at all. Doesn't make sense. I don't agree with that. It's a poor business model, and if you take that route, take the title off him immediately. We went through it with Brock, and like I had to deal with the me and shout out to Asani. We had to deal with everyone yelling at us because we were the only ones defending Brock Lesnar, and I'm not doing that again. So please, let's not go down that road, and let's just. He's taking the time, and that's the plan you want for him. Then cut him down to a part-timer and take the belt off of him and give somebody else the opportunity to get a run. That's all you got to do.
Pretty much, yeah, man.
But
roll him out Royal Rumble WrestleMania season.
But here's the problem. They don't trust nobody else. They don't trust nobody else, nor do they have, like Mark was saying, a face of the company. So who else can you put in that marketing plan to run with the title right now?
I forgot who said it before. I think it was Christopher Brown said Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens? No, who you gonna trust? That's what it.
It's got to be a slightly bigger name that's already there.
At this point, I'll say put it on the Miz.
Why not?
Put it on the Miz.
Why the fuck not? I would love to see
market him. You can market him. He can do the PR for you. You can do promos with him, vignettes with him. You can do TV everywhere across the world. Put it on the Miz.
I would love to see Miz have a good title run, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah, Chris Brown goes, it would have been Cody if he hadn't got hurt.
So Mike said KO, Seth, Lashley, or Miz.
I say put it on the Miz. I wouldn't mind seeing the Miz and Lashley go at it.
Run just said Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Why not do a fair segue with those four? Seth is another guy you can throw it on, but you got to turn Seth. You got to keep him heel. Seth Rollins all of a sudden is starting to grow on me. All right, I hated it. The dance Seth Rollins is starting to grow on me.
Let's do it.
The face.
I don't like it. I don't like the dancing shit, man. It's annoying, bro.
I agree with Mark. It's fucking nauseating.
But it's supposed to be.
But it's X-Pac nauseating. It's not what it's supposed. It's too much. Again, it's too much. Like
I can deal with it. I can deal with him. I can deal with him getting the crowd to sing his music, but it's the dancing and like.
But here's my question: you turn him face, what do you do?
I don't.
Who's taking that heel role?
Yeah,
Kevin Owens. You have Edge. You have Kevin Owens.
But my thing is Kevin Owens.
I'm getting sick and tired of Edge too. So
Kevin Owens is not too
good. Bring up Braun Breaker and make him a heel.
Yes.
Now Chris answers, but now we're talking.
But Braun needs just a little more work on the mic. Kevin Owens too, man. Kevin Owens is not that great on the mic. I'm sorry. I don't think
Kevin
Kevin
Owens,
Owens.
what?
I don't think
Wait
Kevin
a
Owens is good on
minute.
the mic.
What he's
Personally,
known for?
On this ain't Andrew's hot takes. You
I'm
can't just be
sorry.
dropping hot takes like that.
I don't personally. I never thought Kevin Owens was that good on the mic. He's not. He's not convincing to me at all.
Did you just say Grayson Waller, Mike? Oh no. Hold
You
on.
see, Mike said Grayson Waller.
Ugh.
Nah, I'm good, man. Tell that man to put on wrestling tights so we can talk. Um, tell him to do one move other than the cross between the legs elbow, then we can talk. So, I this man. Wait, hold on. We got to address this before we leave. You said Kevin Owens is not that good. Please explain.
He's just not. I don't know, bro. It's just something about his character and his tone of voice and the way he condones himself on the mic. It's just not convincing to me.
Okay.
I don't hate Kevin Owens. I'm not saying
The only reason
I'm
I'm
all for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is. I'm a
just
big
trying
Kevin
to
Owens
see-
fan.
I'm trying to see it through your eyes. That's the only reason
But
why I ask. I'm just trying to see it your way. See how you see it.
when it comes to his gab on the mic, I don't know, man. I'm not convinced by it. I don't feel it.
Do
I need
you
a
feel
little
like
more oomph out of him. I need a little more passion out of him on the mic.
he can't sell a fight?
Maybe if he goes heel, if he becomes a heel,
Like
maybe I could see it. Like a
full
full blown badass heel where he's just
the way you used
pissed
to.
off at everything and like just want to beat everybody ass.
Like we talk about apron power bombing people. What you talking that kind of heel, going back to the old Kevin
Yeah.
Owens ways, stomping on belts and whatnot. All right.
We can get back into that.
Walter, Mikey, you speaking my language now.
Yeah, Walter.
You speaking my language.
Walter
This is
and
why, guys, I asked this question on purpose.
Gunther.
I want y'all here's the thing. It's leading to this point. They have the bodies. They just don't know what to do.
Yeah, they just.
That's what it really comes down to. You don't trust nobody. You have the talent. You don't know how to book it. You don't know how to write it. You're very hit or miss. You're not consistent. The writing in this company has not been consistent for over 5
think that's what, and Christopher Brown just made a very good point. I think that's what it is for me, honestly, Chris. He said we're getting to that point over his obsession with Elias. That's what's starting to piss me off. This whole thing with him and Ezekiel is not doing it for me, bro.
Oh, I get that point. That's fine.
But you got
But there's a few other times where he's been on the mic and I just, like I said, I wasn't convinced. And we'll leave it at that.
I think heel Kevin Owens doesn't work. There's some people that are just not built to be face Kevin Owens doesn't work. There's many people that's not meant to be a face. You're just not a good face.
It's not working for him.
Heel. Okay, he's meant to be a heel. Seth Rollins meant to be a heel. Randy Orton meant to be a heel. Miz meant to be a heel.
Roman Reigns was meant to be a heel.
Oh, so Cody Rhodes started the match with the Bruise?
Oh yeah, he opened up the jacket. The bruise was right there.
And the bruise was right there, bro. He literally was not trying to hide shit.
He goes, Ranjan goes, okay, Roddy, now that you say that, but the bodies and not knowing what to do with them, I had a thought for you guys. Shoot, man. What's the thought?
Go ahead, Ranjan, before we close out the show.
And Michael goes, fans are so quick to turn on someone before they give them a chance. That is very, very true. Fans are fickle. But he goes, we can't. But the fans don't help either. Absolutely. I do feel that the fans play a big part in the WWE product right now. They don't know what they want because every single week they get something, either get the same thing over and over again. I guarantee you we'll see Riddle tonight. We might see the Usos tonight. You might get a little Seth Rollins promo here there tonight. You're going to see Becky. You're going to see Bianca. Those people you're going to see tonight. It's almost guaranteed. Do you open the show with Seth Rollins? You have to, right? After taking a loss to a man that practically had one arm. So he goes, Christian Ron also adds, he goes, and did you guys watch the video of Cody addressing the Chicago crowd after the pay-per-view was over? I didn't get the chance to see that. No, I did not. They were hot last night. They were hot for both of those men. They were in it. They were locked into that main event. They really were. Cody opened. Aha! I don't have the TV on. So always keep the
Yeah,
remote.
I just put the TV on just now. They're already
So,
showing the beginning of that match. Well, the end of the match, I should say.
open Seth comes out. You should Roddy what he said was moving. I'll definitely check it out. I like seeing stuff like that where wrestlers address the crowd and really touch home with them, saying thank you for coming out, appreciate you. That's cool stuff, man. But guys, that's gonna be a wrap for us, man. We just solid show. We
Yeah,
got this
man.
one in. This one was good. This one was good.
It was good to get the Monday show back, man. I've been missing this.
Got some
But
structure in. It wasn't
Judgment Day welcomes a new
and
member.
we're gonna try to
today.
keep it.
That's what they're
tonight,
advertising.
an hour and 55 minutes into the show.
Judgment Day welcomes a new member.
In an hour and 55 minutes.
Oh, who's a new member? Who? Any guesses?
I don't know. Edge has been throwing Beth Phoenix vibes out there.
Beth Phoenix.
That's weak. That's
Yeah.
weak.
Oh, that's a cop out.
Yeah.
He posted it a couple times actually.
Okay, Ranjan. Let's address this.
He said, okay,
Let's
you
get some
may think this is. He said, okay, you may think this is childish, but you guys come up with the titles from the World Championship to various mid-card championships, European, Rodney's favorite, tag team, women's tag teams, etc. Right?
You want us to come up with titles?
Come up with
Like
titles.
who would carry these titles? That's easy.
Titles or
Back to the whole promotion.
Oh, we got Cody.
All right.
Cody started off. But yeah, guys, it's definitely been another good show. You can catch us this Thursday for Andrew's Hot Takes.
Oh yeah, Andrew's Hot
It's
Takes.
gonna be a good one, man. We going off the rails. So today we kind of try to keep it a little more structured. Me and Rodney and Chris were talking about how we've been going a little bit off the rails on BTB and not being as structured like we used to. So we're gonna try to keep it on this type of flow from now on.
Yeah. We saved the fun stuff for Thursday. All right.
We saved the fun stuff for Thursday. We go completely off the rails because that's just the type of shit that Andrew likes to do. It's his show, and that's what we do on Andrew's Hot Takes. But guys, it's been a good one. That's a wrap for myself, Christopher DeCarlis, Rodney. What a beautiful chocolate man, Harris.
Love you guys.
That's BTB. We'll see you Thursday.
We'll see you Thursday, guys.
Peace.